Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here and welcome back to another video for Borderlands 3, and today there's quite a lot of stuff to talk about because there was of course another episode of the Borderlands show, and alongside that they also dropped a sort of community love letter talking about the the support they've had up until now, thanking everybody, talking about the stuff they've done up until now, and also talking about the stuff they're going to be doing. Plus, we also got to look at the next seasonal event, which of course coincides with Valentine's Day. That being said, it's not technically speaking slated to launch this week. There hasn't actually been a date for it. You would of course assume that they would be, coinciding with Valentine's Day, but they have specifically said right now it is still TBC. So whether it happens this week, whether it happens next week, I'll of course keep you guys up to date. But there is a Valentine's themed event, much shorter this time, not in the kind of same scale as the Halloween event, so it's not going to last quite as long. In fact, this event is only going to be 1 week long, but there's still stuff for you to get involved in. And they spoke about the roadmap for things that are coming in the February update, which are pretty exciting. That includes things like a level increase, a level cap increase, as well as modifications to the Mayhem system, the Takedown, and just in general, lots of cool things. So in this video, I'm going to go over everything that you guys need to know. So let's start quickly at the top with the seasonal event, because of course that is going to be the, I guess most noteworthy new thing that's coming soon. And that of course is going to be dropping at some point in February, and that is the Broken Hearts event. This is, as mentioned, a week-long event, so not as long to kind of take part in it like you did with the Halloween event, but in this event, basically there'll be special enemies around the world that will have hearts hovering around them. These hearts come in 3 different colors, and you shoot the hearts and they do different things. Some hearts will buff your allies' damage output, some hearts can turn enemies on your side, and some of them can just simply break into loot, which is really cool. And of course, much like when you were doing the Halloween event, of course it tracked, times you killed different ghosts and different things like that. When you get different number of heart destructions, you will of course acquire different items. There's loot as part of this event, so once you destroy 10 hearts, you will get a themed Echo skin. Once you destroy 25 hearts, you will get a weapon trinket, which looks kind of cool. Once you destroy 50, you will get a Malawan SMG, which chains damage between enemies. At 75 hearts, you will get a skin for your character. And at 100 hearts destroyed, you will get the Jakob sniper rifle, this Valentines themed one, which does incendiary damage, returns bullets to the magazine, and also bullets ricochet. And when they ricochet, they go from being incendiary damage to cryo damage, so you technically have double elements on your weapon, which is pretty sweet. Now, there may of course be a couple of other things. There's like some additional images they showed of different guns, whether they may be dropped from the additional loot pool, but predominantly these are the items they spoke about during the actual Borderlands show. So that's what you have to look forward to on the Broken Hearts event. As mentioned, there's not going to be a dedicated new area or a dedicated new boss, not in the same kind of scale as the Halloween thing, but since this is a shorter event, it's only going to run for a week. It's basically just jump in, shoot some hearts, get some loot, and then carry on with your day, so to speak. But the reason for that is because there's going to be a lot of other stuff to look forward to in the February update. The first of which I'm going to speak about is a level cap increase. They're going to be raising the level cap from 50 to 53. So only 3 more levels, and part of the reason they said that, I know in kind of, previous games there have been slightly more sizable level increases. They said part of the reason they want to do that is because if they increase it drastically, then basically it risks kind of destroying the game, because then people get like almost double the double the points they can spend on the trees. Everybody has everything, so they're going to be doing this in a much more sort of condensed manner. I don't know whether that means later on they'll be doing further smaller increases. I imagine they will, but for the time being it'll give you 3 additional levels, which does of course mean 3 more points in your skill tree. And while that might not necessarily be monumental, it is still going to be enough to make a difference. 3 points in a lot of skills can maybe max them out paired with the right trinkets, so this could definitely mix up the builds that we have, alter some of those meta builds, and give us stuff to look forward to. So this is going to be debuting with the Broken Hearts event. So of course, once that goes live, you're going out killing hearts, taking part in other activities. You can of course also start working towards your new level cap of 53. And again, as a reminder, no current fixed date for this. So as and when Borderlands announces it, as and when Gearbox announce it, I'll let you guys know. But for now, it's just slated for the February update. On top of that, there's also going to be true takedown mode. So they've obviously made some changes to the way takedowns work. They scale now based on your party size. So obviously, if you're going in solo and whatnot, then you can work through that slightly easier. But now they want to do true takedown mode, which is, to kind of quote the blog post, delivers the extreme difficulty we always intended for takedown content by tuning the experience for a full party of 4 decked out Vault Hunters. To access true takedown mode, simply activate the lever located at the right side of the door, leading out of the airlock at the beginning of the map. Remember, this is meant to be some of the most challenging content in all of Borderlands 3, so don't get discouraged if your team gets wrecked in the true takedown mode. Again, that's dropping in February as well. On top of that, they're of course working on some performance and stability updates. Again, they're always kind of working on trying to improve that as best as possible. There'll be an update that will allow you to skip cutscenes finally, so thank you for that, especially if you're replaying through on different characters. There will also be the option to toggle your Guardian rank abilities, so obviously as you're playing through, sometimes you get some pretty powerful or potent Guardian rank abilities. If you don't want to use those, or for some reason you want to kind of, test a build without it, you will then be able to toggle these on and off, so you can disable them, so that's going to be pretty handy. That too will be coming as part of the February update. There'll also be event toggling. So, in the past, some people have said, especially when the Halloween event was going on, they actually kind of found it a little bit annoying. Once they'd done the Halloween stuff and they didn't necessarily want to do any more of it, ghosts were still everywhere in the world, so it kind of started to interrupt everything else you did. They're going to be introducing event toggling, so if you just want to, let's say you're done with the event, you're like, I don't need that, I just want the regular experience back, you can toggle it off. And that too will apply for the Valentine's Day event, so once you've gone around, you've got your hearts, and you've done like your 100 hearts to get all the items you need, you could just toggle it off to go back to your regular Borderlands experience. They also spoke a little bit about Mayhem 2.0. Obviously, they've been, making some tweaks to the Mayhem mode. We, of course, now have Mayhem level 4, which gives you the more positive modifiers, but they said there are more sweeping changes that are in the works for Mayhem 2.0, and these will be arriving in March. They said they're still fine-tuning some of the elements, so of course there'll be future details on that later on in another update. So for the time being, look forward to that. There's also going to be some changes to the EchoCast Twitch extensions. They're hoping to introduce a Moxie-themed event, which they first teased during GuardianCon, that would let you mix up the buff and debuff inducing cocktails for the streamer using Twitch bits, which sounds kind of interesting. So of course, if you watch Borderlands streams a lot, then that could be something fun to get involved in. They spoke a little bit about some of the balancing changes, and they said more importantly, at PAX East, which of course is on February the 27th, they will have a panel where they'll then be showing the next paid update for Borderlands 3. Of course, recently we just got the Moxie's heist, of course, going to that new location, taking part in all of that. That was the first kind of big story update for Borderlands, and that was of course part of the paid updates. And they'll be revealing the second one at PAX East, so if you guys want to check out the panel for that, that'll be 11:30 Pacific time or 7:30 GMT on February the 27th. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Of course, as and when the information goes live, I will keep you guys up to date. I will cover that, so if you miss it, you can of course check it over here on the channel. But for the time being, that is pretty much it. That's a quick rundown on what we have to expect this month. There's some pretty cool stuff to look forward to. The increase in level cap is nice. The Valentine's Day event is pretty awesome. And of course, the the increase to the takedown means we'll have some kind of stuff to jump into. So, you can take part in that stuff whilst you're pursuing your new levels. And no doubt there'll be some alterations to our builds. So if we find any new spicy builds, I'll be sure to make some videos for those for you guys as well. But for the time being, that is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you're looking forward to the most. Let me know what you are hoping that this level cap increase will let you do. And of course, keep it locked for plenty more. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget, you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.